What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, doing a VOD review of one of my favorite players to watch. This is YBY1. Apologies for the start here. He's like flickering back and forth between either a stream or a new VOD, but I wanted you guys to see the opener here. We get a bunch of gold. We're going to make our first 10 gold. We're going to feel Jinx right now. Then we're going to go back to this random, I think it's a live stream or something like that, but just give it a few seconds and he'll be out of it. But yeah, YBY1, I mean, one of my favorite players of all time to watch. This guy's just so explosive, so crazy, does so much cool stuff. And I mean, this game was no different. So we start off here with the super gold opener. We have a few different options here, but you know YBY1, you know he likes to push levels, play Fast 9, do crazy stuff. So he is going to look at the birthday reunion here and just pick this up here. And he has a 3 time breaker opener. So this looks great in many ways, especially a birthday reunion from a raw value perspective actually did get buffed on this most recent patch. It now gives +3 gold at the start, but from a tempo perspective, it got nerfed a little bit. It takes a little bit longer. You have to reach level 5 first for it to give you that 2-star 2 cost. And so in a spot like YBY1's, this is actually totally fine. You're allowed to just take this here, be able to lost streak in the spot with Timebreaker, and then, you know, you can push levels, get your 2-star 2 cost. Hopefully that stabilizes you a little bit. The one thing I will say about YBY1's gameplay in this game is he is not that concerned with the stabilization. He is going to play this very aggressively from a lost streak perspective, is not at all interested in, like we talked about, preserving HP, and really just says, yeah, I'm going to full open in this spot, or, you know, trap my unit here to ensure that I lose this fight, because I want to ensure that I keep my loss streak going into the next few rounds here, the rest of the game. I mean, we're already making 30 gold, which is obviously fantastic, but now we can make 40. I mean, we're going to be able to make 50 next round. We are very quickly accelerating our gold, but it's kind of interesting. I think most people would not be that interested in playing this super lost streak into a Fast 9. If you ask anybody, you know, how do you play Fast 9 in TFT? It's not you full open and then you spike on level 9, because you just almost never have the resources to actually truly make it to Fast 9 from lost streak. It means that you have to be spiking like 4-1 or something. The Soraka HP does help a little bit, but this is not even like it's an Ari God or anything like that that's going to give us a bunch of extra HP to make 9 with. So it's a crazy game plan for YBY1, but you know, exactly what I would expect from him to do something like this, that I feel like just breaks a fundamental rule of TFT. The fundamental rule, you know, it's like, if you want to go Fast 9, you need to be win streaking, preserving HP, and then you can make it to 9 off of that. And he says, nah, I'm down to just like full open here into level 9. That's my game plan. And he doesn't really have like a fallback option, especially when we take stuff like Bow and we're looking at making things like Winsu's Rage Blade. You know, you can play that onto Kindred in the Kindred Yi comp. We already see this person is, you know, contesting this line. And in general, if you are playing with the birthday reunion and you do not make it to 9, that is always a horrible outcome. It means that you haven't made it to the main portion of your augment that gives you a lot of value, the 2-star 5 cost. And so if you do not reach there, you're having a really rough time. Someone's having a good time is this person that we fight here. MF2 and 2 Orns here, not bad at all. That's Horo X, or actually no, it's Milo. I think they both have the same little legend, but I mean, all good. This is of course regionals and, you know, potentially worlds in a little while. Scrims, you can see on the right here, players from all around the world. So we got Cambu Lee as our NA rep, but you got Jazz Latte, Lichuchuan, a lot of APAC players here, but you know, Horo X from EU as well. So there's a whole smattering of regional representatives here, which is always fun to see here. YBY1, I'm going to play into this kind of like Nova Timebreaker board, with the idea being this spikes the board a bit. The units fit pretty well. Caitlyn fits with Melio, Maokai fits with Pantheon, so it's a pretty synergistic board, and he's going to keep holding on to all these anvils, which I love this kind of play, though I will say I imagine we're going to pop them next round. I do love holding the anvils on 3-1 in a spot like this. Wait until you see your augment. If you took something like an item grab bag or something that could drastically change the items that you make here, yeah, I mean, 2 tanky would be an okay option, except it's pretty contested. I mean, I think the Cybernetic is okay. I'm not super excited for it. Might take the Salvage Bin instead, just for better items here. He's actually looking at this augment a little bit, and then he does get the Cognitive overload. This one that gives you all of this different stuff here. It gives you a bunch of extra econ to work with, and this is exactly what we need, right? So we need all of this this extra gold here from all the random units, and I mean, we don't really care about most of them, but it is a really, really nice pickup here. We pick up Aurora here, and then we opt to roll in this spot here. The idea being that we could pick up Anima, and he does get it in. Wow, at the last second here. Beautiful from YBY1. So now we're an Anima plus, well, not quite Timebreaker. We actually did take out 3 Timebreaker this round. I'm not sure if that's intentional from YBY in this spot, but we will see here. Gets to the red buff, which is one of the best items for Vex. It just covers all your bases, right? It's attack speed, and it's also heal cut, which is just amazing, right? You kind of, usually if you build into like super far into like Guinzu's Rage Blades and stuff like that, you run the risk of just like missing out on heal cut, but not the case when you are in the situation where you're building red buff. And yeah, it gives you everything that you could ever want here. Get to the 100 cash, which is likely to be our take here because it's going to be pretty hard for us to reach anything higher. I mean, we could reach 200. We could take the extra gold here, but he's looking at the belt here. One of the other nice things about belt in this spot is that it does guarantee us Soraka Boon, which will heal us up later, which we definitely will like. It also gives us, if we live that long enough, enough to reach some extra HP onto our board, which is nice. Gonna take this tier here so that we can make some tank items, and so really prioritizing, both the Vex items and then tank items in the spot as well. No items to be made for Graves right now, but he does have the TG that he got from his augment, so that's something that we can look at as well. And yeah, we did take the 100 cash out. The idea is just like 200 cash outs are often better than a 200 cash out, and so we're very, very likely to lose this next fight, then get our second 100 cash out and get some random kind of garbage items, but the 200 cash out is not really giving you anything anyway, so we might as well take these like random kind of fake items and then throw them onto random units on this board, especially a random Fiora with the sparking prototype, a random tank item with the broken prototype is actually not bad at all here. So hopefully last loss for YY1 that we could even sack one more here. You'll see we are very, very rich here. We've gotten a lot of gold from the loss streak. We've gotten a lot of rerolls here. We're going to take this Alawi plus the mana gen one, which is not bad at all. And this is going to be our setup here. Level 8, 52 gold. So we're getting there. I wonder if he is going to take one more loss or if he's going to try to force the issue and go 9 on 4-1, because 4-1 is pretty low to be doing this econ wise. We do pick up the Fiora, which is not bad here. Gonna pop anvils, likely to be looking for some Graves items at this point, and we are gonna make Edge of Night QSS, which are 2 of the best items onto this guy. Only downside here is we are kind of binary airdropping our units in our head. It's 2 item Vex, 2 item Tank, 2 item Graves, but this is leave us the opportunity to take some kind of item augment last year, and then really get there. And yep, we are gonna take 1 more loss. Hopefully, I don't think we can take any more losses in this spot, and this is going to be our spot on 4-1. 3 HP. All right, needs to take something really quick here. Just some kind of combat would be fine. Kind of surprised he rolls over that. I think I would have, but I mean, the bow looks pretty good. Does get another cash out for this loss, which is pretty sick, and we will level here. 20 gold to roll here. Let's hope we find something good to pick up. Sells his entire board, fields everything. Does get Fiora too, which is, it's fine. Not exactly what you'd love, but it's decent enough. Finds Blitzcrank Pair, finds the Vex here, finding a lot of good stuff, and we have 5 for rerolls left. At this point is then going to cut out of the Maokai here. Going to keep rolling here. Is even going to hold the Sonas, which is usually like kind of an unit on this board. Does find another Fiora, which we do not need. Shen being found as well here. Would love to pick up a Graves here so we could start scaling him. And would love to find some frontline. There is the Graves, so boom, that's picked up here. And this is going to be our pivot. 4-2, and we're at Blitz 2, the Fiora 2-star, we have Vex 1, Morgana 1, Graves 1, but the Fiora 2 will hopefully, and along with the Blitz 2, be enough to stabilize us for this stage here. So it's just such a crazy idea from YBY. I don't know who else would do this. Say, I'm just going to full open into fast 9-4-2, but he executes it pretty perfectly, I would say. And now we're in a really nice spot. We pick up the Shen 2 here, which is really, really good. The last thing we really need to find is, I mean, all of our consequential upgrades, we've kind of hit the stuff that matters the least, but Vex 2 matters a lot here. Is going to move items over to Shen here. I was thinking about this. Shen, not a tank, but he is a tank. It's one of those funny things where, you know, this unit is not classified as a tank, but he works perfectly fine with tank items. And so he is going to be our tank right now because we do not have the Morgana 2. You can also see we're playing around Morgana, this unit. So good to play around in spots like this. I think people have realized just more and more recently that this unit is fantastic to play around. We're going to take, I believe that's 2-star 4 cost here, and another Gwynsu's Rage Blade here. I mean, this is getting to basically BIS Vex, and the 2-star 4 cost is gold to play with here, which is really valuable. So I think this makes a lot of sense. Or maybe that's owned 4 cost, actually. That would be really nice as well here. Yeah, it is owned 4 cost, huge here, which gives us another Morgana to roll down for. Now we get another Vex to roll down for. Get that Gwynsu down onto her, and we're getting close. We're getting close to our board. We are 6 HP, so we got to make sure we don't grief any fights. Just making sure Vex is in a spot where she's not going to get like randomly wrapped on or targeted here. Blitz in the middle gives some very good odds of just pushing stuff like this Tom Kench right to the middle, doing a bunch of damage to it, and then allowing our entire board to focus it down. So we're going to pick up another fight win here. This is also allowing us to obviously upgrade Graves more, and we're going the classico buckshot idea here. We do find Morg 2, and we also find the Graves in shop here. Could sell the Ross for this, but we are going to lock here with the idea that these small upgrades actually still matter. A random Ross 2 on our board could actually add a lot of solid frontline value to the board here. So we are going to hold on to the Ross here. It certainly looks like it, even though it's going to put us at a pretty poor spot, especially because we're about to go into Treasure Dragon. We need some gold to roll as well. Very likely to hopefully get some to find some gold here. We're pretty much we're almost good on items. I would love like 1 item 10 gold here. He's gonna just take this and say the guard breaker's fine. I don't mind that much that I have this hanging component here, and yeah, this is going to be our spot here. Finds the Vex, but is too poor to buy it unless we want to sell Graves here. But if I know anything about YBY1, I think he might just greed this here. He might say, who cares about the Graves? I'm strong enough. And to be fair, he very well should be in this spot here. Gonna scout his matchup, so we're playing good TFT. Does see another fast 9 player out here, and so yeah, he does. Wow, beautiful TFT from YBY1 says, you know what, some of these boards are kind of strong. Maladjust here has the Space Groove set up. There's a lot of very strong boards in my pool here, so I am actually going to sell and make the Vex 2. And look at this. I think we would have lost this fight with Vex 1. I feel like this was a really close fight, so great job by YBY1. Feels bad, obviously, to have to sell the Graves, but it would have felt a lot worse to lose the game there. So beautiful evaluation. This is exactly what you have to do when you are in spots like this, is say, can I greed the Graves? Well, I'm going to scout all my matchups, say, is it realistic for me to win these without the Graves? And he said, no, it's not. So I'm just going to pick it up here. Fast 9, V Fast 9. Oh, actually, no, that was our clone fighting that guy. So it would be cool to see it. We're actually fighting a Zoe 3 board here. That's kind of interesting. Litu Chuan here. Yeah, just took the treasure hunt to play Zoe roll, and wow, almost won that fight. That's wild. That guy could have actually just killed us there, but we will live to fight another day, which is huge. We are still healing up with Soraka every single round, and also healing up with the Fiora. So now we're up to the point where we're actually potentially 2 lives if we take a good loss here. He's also popping off the broken prototype for some reason. I guess trying to think about like cheesing it or something. Yeah, and he's gonna cheese it onto the Shen here, put it closer to the enemy carry here, just so that we can have yeah, more tank stats on a unit that's, you know, on the correct side here, I guess is the idea here. And maybe it makes a diff. This fight was very, very close as well, but we will pick up another win here, continue our streak here. Gonna look for, I would imagine, is a better tank item in this spot here, and I guess we get adaptive here, so we can live with that. I don't think you should be taking stuff like, I mean, DB's a great item, but surely we need a 3rd tank item, right? Surely. And he is going to take it here, so adaptive going to go here. Interestingly enough, he's going to keep the broken prototype onto the Morgana and just throw the adaptive onto Shen for the casting ability. Huh. I mean, it makes sense with the mana gen from the other broken item, so I guess it's kind of crazy to not put 3 real items on your real tank here, but you know, I will not ever doubt the Lord YBY1 in this spot. He knows what he's doing here. 20 gold, level 9 here. We can either think about pushing 9 or pushing 10 at this point, or we can think about rolling for a Graves 2. Both are really, really good options because obviously Graves is the future of this board. Looks like he's gonna econ up at least here, and then decide if he wants to push 10 or go for the Graves in this spot here. Obviously, the other thing is that, the Graves 2 is a lot closer than level 10 in the spot. Level 10 is, quite a few rounds away. Would have to go like mid-stage 6 versus Graves 2 we could find very, very soon here. Also, oh, I see he locked for that Nunu, saying this is probably what we are going to add on 10. And then if we, if you think about it vice versa, like if you've been playing Nunu, then you obviously want to get the Morgana in on this board. But getting Vanguard in is one, an extra trait for Rost, and two, it's just a bunch of free CC here. Does wait. Actually, I want to see what he takes here because this is so controversial, the last Graves upgrade here. So he did take Laser Ballistics already. And or actually, did he not take Laser Ballistics? Let's look at this Graves here. And he is also gonna roll down for the Graves here, and the possibility of the Nunu 2 does find the Nunu 2 and the Graves. So these items are going to all move around here. Nunu is gonna get the tank items, and then Graves is gonna get the damage items here. Yeah, actually, did he? Yeah, he did take Laser Ballistics and Choke here. I find a lot of people say that this is kind of a non-bow, that there's no reason you should be taking Laser Ballistics and Choke, because if you're choking your shots, then it's actually hard for them to pierce backline. Looks like YBY1 does not care about that, and he says, you know what, it's such, Laser Ballistics is really good, Choke is really good, I'm going to throw them both onto my guy and not feel bad about it, and that's what he does in this spot here. We are also now getting to our max cap. Nunu, one of the best tanks to play, or no, not one of, the single best tank to play on this board because of his CC. Just the ability to CC the backline is better than any other tank, and we'll see what we can do here versus MF Lulu here. Another one of these kind of like lesser played reroll lines. Cool scrims, honestly, from everybody. YBY1 going this crazy fast 9 line. Other people playing pretty cool, Zoe reroll, MF Lulu reroll. These are some woke scrims, and it makes me even more excited for regionals, which, by the way, starts tomorrow. I will be casting Friday of regionals in the Americas, so can't wait to watch all of our best players battle it out, see Wigwa go to Worlds. I mean, I'm locking in my prediction here, but I mean, see Wei Iverson play again. Week 1 was great, and a lot of really cool storylines. People's tier 1 made or lost here. Speaking of made or lost here, by the way, we almost lose this fight. We do pick it up here, and we have one person left to fight, which is Maladjust. But yeah, I mean, regionals is going to be so cool here. Gets the ability to take stuff like Melt Through, or yeah, is just going to take the Omni Vamp one, decent enough here, and can level for the Jhin. Another very reasonable addition onto this board. On level 10, gets the Armin and Marshad on the entire enemy board, and Maladjust here made it with this very juiced up Space Groove board. This comp is so good, and can we pick up the win here? Nunu actually does not ball backline on the first round, but this is a tanky Nunu, so he can on the second round, and that is going to be the win for YBY1. He is holding his golden spatula here, showing how happy he is. I mean, just a beautiful game. How many people would have taken this line? Very few, I think, and it's just such a YBY1 ism to do. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. One more thing for me to shout out, now that I think about it, is I don't know if I shouted out in this video, but we do have a tournament coming up. Obviously, Regionals is happening, but my tournament for members of my Metafy groups is happening this Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Time. If you're a member of Legendary Tacticians, you're 100% in, and then we have, I believe it's 3 more slots available to fill from people in TAC University. So I will post more about the waitlist for that, and I'll talk to people who are in our group session this Thursday today about that. But if you're interested in playing in the tournament, $500 prize pool, then if you're in either of those programs already, make sure to show up and check in on time. And if you're not in either of those programs, I mean, we got the next set coming up. I'm doing a fundamentals session today for people in my TAC University. So if you guys are interested, this is a great way to ramp up right as the new set is about to start, just under 2 weeks away at this point for set 18. Super crazy, but it's coming soon, and so am I, because I'm so excited for this next set. All right, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. Bye